Old School RuneScape's newest boss, Amoxliatl, is the ultimate noob-friendly introduction to PVM. If you're an early to mid-game player, or even a high level who just doesn't know where to get started with bossing, this is the boss for you. Amoxliatl is on the same kind of level as Scurious, and is great for introducing you to some of the common mechanics you'll find in super tough bosses. You'll fight this boss during the Heart of Darkness, so this guy will definitely help you get through that final boss fight, as well as tackling it after if you're trying to earn a bit of GP or farm for the pet. As with all my guides, we'll get started with the essentials straight away, but make sure to stick around to the end if you want some extra tips. We'll be working with a super budget setup to make this as noob friendly as possible. The setup on screen is what I'm going to be demoing some kills with, mixed hide armor and a torso, and the usual strength boosting melee gear. For the other slots, maximise your strength and crush bonus if you can. For my weapon, we've got the Glacial Amoxliatl, which is actually a unique drop from this boss. We're also bringing a DDS as a spec weapon. If you're a dirty ironman, you can use a dragon mace or a zombie axe as the next best option, but any crush weapon will do. In our inventory, we've got 1 super combat and 8 prayer potions. After you learn the fight, all damage is avoidable, but for you guys, bring some food just to be safe. Don't forget teleports to get you close and out of the fight. Before you engage the boss, make sure you've got your quick prayers set up to protect from magic and the best melee boosting prayer you have. Let's go over the mechanics you need to know. The main recurring attack is the ground spikes mechanic. You'll need to step off the marked tiles before the spikes come out of the ground, and then step back to the boss and attack him again. The tile you're on at the start of the attack will stay marked and damage you if you tread on it, so make sure to move to a different tile. The 2 special attacks occur every 2 to 4 attacks, so make sure to pay attention to these. The ice block attack will spawn 1 to 4 blocks around the arena that must be killed within 9 seconds, or they will heal the boss and form icy tiles which damage the player in a 3x3 grid. You can kill these blocks by one-ticking them and you'll max hit them every time, so just click one block after the other rapidly and get back on the boss. The other attack is the Prayer Icycle. It will turn your prayer off as it flies towards you. Simply turn it back on before it hits you using your quick prayers that you've set up. Easy. They're all the mechanics you need to be aware of, and we're almost ready for a demo kill for me to tie it all together for you. But first, if you want to see more guides like this, subscribe to the channel and let me know what guides you'd like to see next in the comments below. I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers, which will be a huge milestone for me. I want to help everyone tackle the content that they aspire to, and I can only do that if I get the exposure and reach I need across YouTube, and you guys engaging with my content is the best way to improve that. Thank you. With that detour out of the way, let's crack on with the example kill. Okay, so put your prayer on as the boss spawns, just get on it straight away. That's the ice spike attack you move out the way for. Move out the way, get back on the boss, and you can see it spawned the little circle. They're the things you'll need to not tread on in the future, so just make sure you don't box yourself in. Those will spawn on the tile you're on whenever they use the main attack. So keep avoiding those, and eventually they'll use one of their 2 special attacks. They've used the ice blocks, so get on those, bang, bang, back on the boss. Make sure not to go to any of the spiky bits. Just keep moving around the boss, avoiding the permanent blockades, and moving out the way whenever they do the ice attack. That's the protection one. You can see they've just switched my prayer off and have switched it back on. And then we're just going around again, avoiding those spikes, move out the way, back on the boss. We wait, we move out the way, back on the boss on an empty tile. That's another attack, so we destroy the ice blocks, bang, bang, back on the boss on an empty tile. Move out the way to an empty tile, back on the boss. Move out the way to an empty tile, back on the boss. We're almost dead now, just keep doing it. Switch the prayer back on, that's the icicle attack, back on the boss. Move out the way. And the boss is dead. Lovely job. For the final tips, this boss can drop the Pendant of Ates in a 1 in 25 drop rate, which can be charged to teleport all around Varlamore with the frozen tears, with one of the locations being conveniently right near the boss. You can use the central lift to get here more quickly. You don't have to run all the way through the quest area. This boss is so great as a first step in building your confidence in killing bosses, so if you're just getting started on your PVM journey, give it a go. Then when you're confident, come check out the rest of my guides for some other bosses. Vorkath in particular is a particularly good moneymaker. That's all there is to it. If you've made it this far and found this useful, make sure to subscribe to check all the other guides I'm working on. Thanks for sticking around. I'll see you next time.